sleepers, gatekeeping, hidden gems. That's what today's video is about. 10 fragrances that I should gatekeep, but I've already showcased some of them and I don't gatekeep anything. So I want to put you on to fragrances that I find to be on the low, unhypey type scent profiles that can get you compliments, that are super sexy, that are 100% my taste. So if our noses align, you might have a new joint in your collection that you never even thought about getting or even heard of. Or maybe you did hear about it and just completely forgot. Happens to me on the daily.
I keep having this nagging feeling that I've forgotten something.
Hey, if you forgot it, it probably wasn't all that important.
Yeah, I guess.
Let's roll my music so I can put you onto 10 sleeper hidden gem fragrances that you need to at least sample. Listen, morning, my beautiful peoples, you know who it is. It's your boy, 𝗙𝗔𝗍. We're gonna jump right into it because with 10 fragrance lists, I mean, people don't have any attention span and the memories of goldfishes. So I'm gonna be putting you onto some fragrances that I find to be very much my style with not real hype behind them, which is fine. Doesn't mean a fragrance isn't good. It just means that maybe a lot of people haven't had the opportunity to test them out, smell them, or they're just not readily available in the department store for you to get a sniff sample. Like this one, for example. Ad nauseum, I've been talking about 𝗙𝐸 𝗕𝗂𝐴 Velvet Zafriano, the UAE edition. Now, truth be told, apparently there's a US edition or an edition that is readily available, and apparently the notes are the same, so I don't know and I can't confirm or deny, but that's a big gamble to run, especially at the price point that this fragrance is. Now, the reality is that this leather tobacco saffronic DNA with this sweet tobacco cherry maraschino juiciness of this fragrance has been a compliment monster for the kid. And this is not a fragrance that's supposed to be worn in the summer, but at the end of the day, wear whatever the hell you want, just not crazy ouds, because that's insane. This smells like somebody in the royal family that had to hit rehab because they have a little white dust addiction. A bad boy, an on-the-low savage, a dude whose sign of intimacy is to start playing with the leather Cheerio right from jump after we say hi. That's a pervert. I think 𝗙𝐸 𝗕𝗂𝐴 ruined this fragrance by not calling it like lethal injection or damn compliments are coming. Tobacco, sweet, spicy, great projection and longevity, amazing scent profile. Nothing that's maybe wildly revolutionary, but when something works, it works astronomically well. And this one off of my skin, a compliment monster, rated 10 out of 10 by some women. This on me smells absolutely fantastic. So maybe you can roll the dice and try the US one, or maybe you can find a sample of the UAE one online. Don't roll the dice if you can buy it. But when I tell you it's a sleeper that nobody's talking about, because I got this shit at the duty free, picante with this Velvet Zafriano. As a fan of plum fragrances, you already know I have to keep one in the stash, but Merchant of Venice Arabesque is a sleeper for sure. Now this is like a benzoin, tobacco, and plum DNA with incredible performance, beautiful longevity, and the plum juiciness that I look for in a scent. On the low, this fragrance smells like I want to get naughty in an Arabian spice market and do some inappropriate shit that will get me arrested, aka shit that happens in Dubai. It's boozy and mysterious, plummy juiciness, beautiful tobacco, also spicy, but the plum in here caught me off guard completely. Like the Merchant of Venice fragrances from the ones that I've experienced have really solid performance and unique likability, but this one stands out so far above the ones that I smelled, probably because I'm a plum fan and I'm being biased. But if you're gonna do plum, especially for a huge plum fan like me, you better do it right, and this one is done excellently. Amazing performance, great longevity, price point moderate in the gray market, not super expensive but not wild cheap either. And this is a fragrance that you can easily spray on, Netflix and chill with zero hype but max performance. Merchant of Venice Arabesque, plum fans, attention. Gang, this fragrance is new, that was sent over to me in a random haul, and I loved it from the first moment and have been inclined to want to rewear it over and over again in such a short amount of time. Testament London Sin Poetry. Bro, this is really nice. It's like a woody date fragrance, like dates as in the fruit. Is a fruit, right? Yeah. It's dry, it's herbal, it's mentholic. There's a little bit of like a creamy sandalwood / vetiver action in this fragrance, and there's something beautifully potent and punchy about this joint. Think of like a really improved Santal 33 with a lot more dynamic range, body, and scent profile added to that creamy sandalwood. Legit, it's like biblical temptation in a bottle. There's a holy aspect in this fragrance that's fucking jarring. Like the visualization that I get from this scent profile, from its rosiness, its dryness, its sandalwoodish kind of action, is a dark room only lit by a candle, and you're literally using like a feather pen to write a romantic love letter to the one that got away. I mean, with a name like Sin Poetry, you know your ass is gonna have to hit confession on a Sunday. And Papo, as much dirt as you do, you're gonna have to do a pile de Hail Marys to get your ass out of the devil's dandruff. Beautifully dry, sexy, good potency, unique likability, and something that has an addictive nature like sinning. And that's something that I know all too well.
Fuck this. Fuck. Did you see this? Look at this.
A sexy saffronic rose with a beautiful leather, and nobody talks about 𝗙𝗪𝗿 lost in translation. Not one person, and I get it. This fragrance has this kind of DNA that it mixes like if Andy Tower and MFK had a baby, a secret love child, it would produce this kind of DNA. The rosy leather in here is absolutely stellar, so beautiful, amazingly done. The spices in here are salivating, and then there's this sweet little kiss of like mild herbal candy of some sort. That's absolutely incredible. It's sweet, candied floral with a little bit of a leathery butterscotch's DNA and this very light herbal vibe. I think it's supposed to be tea, if I'm not mistaken, but the leathery butterscotch herbaceousness of this fragrance kind of takes precedence in like the best fucking way. Performance-wise, super solid. Scent profile, very unique. Handsome, elegant, punchy, nobody knows about it. You want exclusive? You got it, next one. Now this next fragrance is like a breezy, airy coconut. Not a performance monster, but a beautiful scent profile nonetheless. Not very expensive and nobody's ever heard of it. 𝗙𝗪𝗿. It's either Saint Bart or Beads Nuz.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
It's such a cheap, underrated fragrance that has a decent amount of performance, but a nice, fun take on like this woody, coconutish tropical scent profile. The fragrance really wears on my skin beautifully, and although it doesn't bloom like crazy off of it, I can't help but feel very like cozy, warm, and comforting even in the summertime wearing this scent profile. It totally caught me off guard, to be honest with you, and in the best way possible, because you have that coconut aspect that has a little bit of a boozy essence, but then you get these nice white florals that don't smell old or geriatric. They're kind of just flowy, soft, subtle, and musky. So it's like coming off the beach, sun-kissed. There's this smell of like burnt chicharrón fucking skin with sunscreen on, especially sunscreen that has this coconutish kind of scent profile, and it kind of reminds me of that. It's like beachy innocence meets naughty summertime vibes. It's also addictive as shit. For like $150 or whatever the fuck it is, some places you can probably find it cheaper. Bead News, or however you pronounce it, is a really good sleeper, like satisfies all the summertime vibes that I'm looking for in a scent. It's really fucking nice, and in the air it's like, damn. And speaking of damn, Abu Dhabi by Memo. Good Lord Plum done by Memo. Fire. Woody, rich, deep, plummy, sexy, spicy, a little bit of a green mentholic DNA, kind of cypriol oil like. Oof. It's Middle Eastern sexy depth spice with like European sensuality, if that makes sense. It's sleek, sexy, juicy, plummy, and spiritual in a way as well. Like the way that this shit lingers in the air, and it's not like cross-pollinating with the last fragrance. It just makes its presence known. Like the dates are battling the plum. The saffron is highlighting the vetiver. There's something so magical about this scent, and Memo just outdid themselves with this fucking scent profile. Absolutely love it. I don't think it has any kind of hype other than my hype, and that's because I'm a plum fan and I like plum with like a different energy. Killed this shit all day, every day. Memo Abu Dhabi. Damn. The house, barely known. The fragrance, rarely talked about. Performance, incredible. Oud done beautifully, super wearable, amazing scent profile with incredible performance. Wood Whispers by Ojjar. Incense, sandalwood, suede, oudi, leather, beast mode, fire. I first got this fragrance in the little fucking oil joint, and it was incredibly nuclear, but I really wanted the spray. I'm just more of a sprayer guy, so I end up buying this shit. and don't regret it not one bit. To the point that Big Head's Wizzy's wife smelled this fragrance and needed it immediately, and she purchased it for herself. This is an incredible scent profile. It is so dynamic, it is so rich, it is such a sleeper that if you haven't smelled this fragrance and you have the balance of elements of freshiness while still keeping that Middle Eastern oudi DNA with all the spices but still lively enough to be worn in the warmer weather, in-fucking-credible. It's creamy, it's leather, it's sandalwood, it's sensual, it's loud, it's robust, it's benzoinish. Fucking sick. It's like a soft spoken beast mode fragrance that slaps you in the face. It is the dude who has a very soft feminine voice but has cauliflower ears that chooses to avoid all confrontation because he can kill you just by sneezing. This shit's like hugging a monk with a cashmere robe on. This shit'll sneak up on you and watch, bro. I've had over 14 hours of performance on this fragrance without batting an eye, and the oil, 24 hours light work. Ojjar Wood Whispers, super duper duper sleeper. Now I still think that this is kind of an underrated gem, although it's been in a ton of videos. Nobody really speaks about it like that or puts it in a list. But talk about boozy sexiness from a brand that really does pretty opulent bottles. Laudano Nero by Tiziana Terenzi. The cognac and ambery flows in this fragrance, not to mention like the soft powderiness, the beautiful woods, the depth and resonance nature about this fragrance. Nuts, bro, nuts, so good. Warm, sexy, there's a fruity nature in this fragrance as well. There's like tobacco, there's cognac, there's incense. This also feels like it kind of has dates in it as well. So elegant, so beautiful, definitely leans cold weather, but at this point just wear whatever the hell you want when you want. But talk about elegance and sophistication and refinement, that is definitely something that's in this scent that's driving me absolute apeshit. Bro, something about tobacco and myrrh fragrances giving it this kind of incensey vibe, this spiritual nature as I've referred to it several times, then throwing booze on it, you know what I'm saying? It's like the dude in the altar and shit, the priest, you know, having a little yak and shit while doing the whole holiness and whatnot. I feel it, I respect it, maybe I need to go back to church. Now the crazy shit about this fragrance is how it goes from this herbal, green, tobacco-y kind of DNA and transitions itself down into something that becomes almost boozy, sticky, honeyish kind of vibe. Still keeping that greenish energy, but still keeping this smoky myrrh vibe as well. There's so many layers to this shit, but every layer is so beautifully put together, and every part of the pyramid dries down on your skin with something different, formulating its own DNA on you, and it just becomes fucking magical off of my skin, bro. All I could say is I hope that you guys try this fragrance and experience that same trajectory and that flow from this fragrance with boozy myrrh sex appeal. It's a badass scent, bro. I don't know why more people don't have this in their list, but maybe approaching the fall and cold weather, it might be on somebody's, because this is a baddie, bro. Ambroxan Grenade with Sexy Saffron. Crystal Saffron by 𝗏𝗡𝐴. What? Compliment monster, gang. Compliment monster, gang. Yo, so good, G. It's minimalistic yet futuristic. It's musky, mass appealing, but spicy. It punches you in the face with a little bit of like a chemical chokehold, but winds down into something beautiful, unlike a Le Labo fragrance, which I feel are personally like so chemical forward that it kind of loses its essence for me on a lot of the fragrances. This doesn't. This shit gives you essence all throughout and sexy factor. It's sparkling and clean, saffronic and addictive. It's loud, it's punchy, it holds onto your skin and makes sure that its presence is known. With the spice, with the airiness, with that aldehydic nature, with this skin scentish, loud, ambroxany, spicy, sexy, musky DNA. This shit, I know people are talking about it. Still, underrated as fuck. A little bit of this fragrance goes a long way, and I'm a first-hand experiencer of compliments wearing this scent profile and will shut shit down when you're wearing this scent. Again, uncomplicated and kind of on the cleaner side, but let it do its magic on your skin and you will unravel something so elegant and beautiful. It's got that I can't stop smelling my shirt feel. That kind of sexy vibe is something that you want from a fragrance, and 𝗏𝗡𝐴 did it with Crystal Saffron for sure. And finally, blew my nuts off.
Oh shit! You just busted a nut. Oh!
when I first smelled this fragrance. I think this is gonna be a sleeper underrated house trying to really unwind its personality in 2025. Scents of Wood Apricot in Cognac from the makers of Plum in Cognac. Bro, I love Plum in Cognac. So for me to put this very close to Plum in Cognac, Apricot in Cognac is amazing. For me and my style, sweet, sexy, and such a amazing barrel-aged booziness. Bro, think about taking a full apricot, splitting that shit down the middle, putting it in a mason jar in cognac, airtight, sealing it and letting it ferment in those juices. I think eventually, I've never done this shit, but I think eventually all the juice will get sopped up into that apricot, fermenting it and making it look almost rottenish. And if you take a bite of that apricot, let's say a year down the line after air sealing it, you're just gonna get this sweet, syrupy, super boozy, heavily concentrated nectar in your mouth, and that's what this shit does on top of crazy fucking cedar sandalwood blend. Oh, bro, the smell that's in the air of sweet alcoholic goodness and just sexy, melodic, fruity, boozy, woody, airy, uplifting playfulness from apricot and cognac is fucking real. And this has gone through a few of the fragrances in Scents of Wood, but this one next to Plum and Cognac, which is a banger, this gives it competition, bro. You have to sample. You just have. Nobody knows about this shit. Picante, spicy.edu, cause you gonna learn how this gem do. I love y'all mother suckers from the heart. I'll put links in the description of these fragrances. Let me know what's one super underrated gem that is an absolute sleeper that nobody talks about. Leave it in the comments below. I'll see y'all stitches next time. You know who it is. Biggest in the game. Smooches.
For the fly gun holder, money folder, motor roller, start attack when it's time to call back. For the rough, rugged, and raw way, this nigga Jay, it's a game, but he don't play. Hey, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense, you never get